I've known Kate since she was a youngster, when she absolutely captivated me and everyone else in the audience when she played Twitty in Meet Me in St. Louis back in 1993.
Oh boy.
She was all of 8 years old. But her command of the stage and her vocal performance told me that despite her young age, Kate was going to be a force to be reckoned with. And she definitely is. Over the years, she appeared in a variety of productions at Engle Lane Theatre in Streator, our hometown, before heading off to college. Now, I'm sure you've heard that many small towns bemoan the fact that their talented youngsters go off to college and never return. But Kate, returning to Streator to start Poco is a blessing to so many in our community. Poco's mission is simply to cultivate a more vibrant community through musical initiatives designed to educate and entertain. A team of passionate musicians, educators, and fine arts lovers come together for this annual week-long summer music fest and encourages young talent. Since 2017, Poco has mentored over 70 high school students, representing 28 schools and homeschools across the states of Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Ohio. And 57% of these young artists return to train for 2 or more years. I didn't quite realize what a fan base that Kate had until I was directing a production at our local community theater. And the ITA, many of you know Donna Stone, she's also from Streator. She called me and she said, "I'm bringing a couple of Kate's students to the theater tonight. Would you mind giving them a tour of the theater?" I said, "I'd be happy to." I really didn't need to show them anything else but the stage, because as one young lady walked up on the stage, she squealed and she said, "I can't believe I'm standing on the same stage that Kate Tombaugh performed on." I knew then that Kate's dream of Poco was undoubtedly going to be a success, and it definitely has. I'd like to close with this quote about success in honor of Kate and Poco. "Success isn't about what you accomplish in life. It's about what you inspire others to do." Thank you, Kate, for inspiring your students and all of us today. Congratulations.
Thank you. First of all, it's such an incredible honor to get to meet so many of you for the very first time. And I tell people many times that when I'm talking with young students, that when I'm on stage singing, I represent numerous people. They just see me. And that is Poco to a T, and that is what you all do to a T. There are numerous people backstage, behind the scenes, making it possible for me to get to do what I do. And Poco is indeed something that is a catalyst for me for many reasons that I'd like to talk about, but it quickly became something beyond me. It quickly became something that became this force of itself. And everyone that is involved is in some way donating time, travel, talents to be a part of it. I think the biggest thing is that as an educator at heart, and as a professional singer, and as somebody that has always been, especially in my 20s and 30s, I loved teaching, I loved singing. I find that teaching informs me to be a better performer, and being a performer informs me to be a better teacher, but there was always something missing. One of those spokes of the wheel was getting to be a mom. Maybe not the best kind of idea of timing, because I actually launched Poco around the same time that I was pregnant with my first child, so they are growing together. Poco celebrated its 9th birthday in June, and my oldest turned 9 at the end of July. But that final spoke of the wheel was feeling like I just couldn't quite give back or create this community that I wanted to. And I've had this great fortune of traveling the world with singing and performing all over and meeting people and singing in different languages and learning the literature of all these things through my classical singing performances, but being able to really be a part of something and creating that community. We are all about creating a bridge for the opportunities that already exist, for all the great work that you all are doing day in and day out with your students, and that you are doing at the community theaters. As was mentioned earlier, there's a lot of different paths that our life can take. And as somebody that was so lucky in high school to get to do sports and music and drama and all the things under the sun, and then to be told at 18 that I have to choose. And I feel that has gotten harder and harder for students today. So that is really the number one thing that we do at Poco. We have a high school training program in our 8-day festival. And as Kathy mentioned, these students have come from all over. Primarily, they are from the Streator area, and then we have that half-hour radius and that hour-long radius as well. These are students that their whole life is music. These are students that are incredibly gifted at sports and involved in competitive sports and don't ever get to be in their choir. These are students that have to choose between band or choir or driver's ed and choir. And usually choir is the thing that doesn't get picked because they have to be logistical. So we have students of all levels. We have some students that don't know how to read music. We have some students that are poised to go start a college career. And I create an individualized schedule for every single student according to their life goals, their interests, what I see as their holes that I talk to them very frankly about. Because ultimately, regardless of what their life path is, we're trying to build their toolbox, we're trying to give them some more confidence, we're trying to give them these mini mind explosions that I love watching in live time, something they didn't even know, and it is amazing. And we bring into the fold faculty from all over the country, sometimes internationally, who are really good at what they do, but they're also good people. Because ultimately we want to help them have a safe space to learn how to be good people so that no matter what life throws at them, they have this thing, this life raft that has been my life raft and I imagine has been your life raft as well, to be able to do that. Then on top of that training program, we have this 8-day long festival where we have free and public concerts. So we have a faculty concert, a student showcase, a coffee house concert. And I'm very excited that as of 3 years ago, if anybody needs the reminder of Poco, little by little, we are trying to grow sustainably and keep growing and adding to our opportunities. So as of 3 years ago, we now have something for all ages, all voices, all instruments, all skill levels, whether it's in our community choir, whether it's in our community instrumental ensemble, which is band meets orchestra meets bluegrass meets kazoos, whatever people want to play, jam sessions, all sorts of stuff, and it's really it's because of the great things that I've been able to be given in my life. It's because I've been able to draw from those experiences, creating true multi-generational community engagement and creating a safe space for people to find that confidence and find that thing that really keeps them grounded when life gets tough. This is an incredible honor. My family would absolutely be here, and they've been crucial in helping me get to where I am, but my parents are my childcare today. So I just want to say thank you. And I would like to close with one final idea. When I started singing professionally and I was taking auditions, there's a lot of unsolicited advice and opinions. And I'm a very, very, very proud farm girl from Streator, Illinois. My roots grow deep. I live back at the farm now. I am not a farmer, but I'm attempting to be the best helping farmer I can be. And that thing that people say all the time, at least to me in the opera world, if you're truly serious about singing, you have to move to one of the coasts, or you have to move to Germany, you have to move to Austria. Well, I allowed them to get to me for a short while, and I remember being on a train in Germany on an audition tour and thinking, I love this. I love traveling, I love this experience, but this is not where I want to be. I want to be building better where I want to be. And you are all a part of that. And I hope we don't forget that, because truly, it is a fantastic place. And I will continue being a fierce advocate for Illinois and Illinois theater. And I appreciate you being a fierce advocate for it as well. Thank you.